Let's talk about this whole thing about DeepSeek and the AI, uh, the whole AI thing. Uh, the Chinese created a AI model that was like less than 6 million. It's been reported it's like 6 million, but it's less than 6 million. It's like 5.5 million. GPT costs in the hundreds of billions to come out with Chat GPT AI. Now, then you consider what all these tech sanctions to China, on China. Then you consider how they expanded it so that they had tiers put on basically around the world. And this is to restrict uh, targeting China. Uh, so, uh, the U.S. Is spending $1 trillion to basically monopolize AI. That's basically what it is. We've seen examples of this in the past, when with Microsoft, um, which was one of the forerunners. Um, and they did this through trademarking, through patents, and all sorts of other nefarious ways to create a monopoly. Then it evolved into Apple. Apple took basically the same playbook. Nvidia, Intel, they all did that so that they could create a monopoly. This is the playbook of Westerners. ASML, which creates the which makes the chip making uh, machines. You know, again, they wanted a monopoly. They had a monopoly, and so that's the playbook of the West. Create a monopoly so that uh, others can't get into the game and build up a competitor, so that you deflate the uh, the prices to the consumer. Okay, and so that they can have control and they can do what they do. Like again, going back to Microsoft, they put all these extra things that you had to pay for. Um, there's another Chinese technology. I forget what it's called, but basically they did the same thing as DeepSeek, and it was through ByteDance, and basically they created this software that basically outperforms for industrial um, application, and they put it out and gave it away for free. Uh, uh, Open source free. Basically, you don't have to pay anything for it. Whereas GPT and what they wanted to do um, with further applications for AI, they want to be able to charge you an arm and a leg, or whatever they feel how much profit they want to make. So understand, this whole thing is about control and monopoly, so that they can set the rules, they can set the cost, they can set the prices, so that you have no say in it. You and I have no say in it, and basically they can charge whatever the hell they want. And so the reason why they say they're going to put 500 and over a trillion over a period, so that they can say, well, look, this is what it cost us. And so they send that out, and basically you think, well, yeah, well, they did invest a ton of money, so yeah, they should have. They should have. That's the game. That's the game, and people need to understand this. Because if you don't understand it, okay, if you don't understand it, then you fall for it, and you become part of the conspiracy, and you're stuck. You're stuck. The U.S. and West always talk about competition, but that's not what they do. They are anti-competition. They don't want competitors. They want to be able to set the agenda, set the rules, set the costs, set the prices. Okay, they want to be able to inflate so that they can take as much as possible, and even there they want to be able to do beyond possible, because they only are concerned with the profits. They're not concerned with if you can actually pay for it. Okay, they're not concerned about any of that. If you can't pay for it, they don't care. That's not a factor that comes to mind for them. They do not care because they do not live in the real world. It's how much profit can I make? How much control can I have? That's all they're concerned about. They're not concerned about if you can actually pay for it. All right? If it actually works the way it's supposed to. Okay? They don't care. They don't care if they create a drug that's going to have side effects that can be death as being a side effect. They don't care. That's how the game works. So when you come to understand this, then you start to see how the pie is made, how the cookie is made. You understand it. You have clarity, and then you start to truly get righteously angry. And then you start to think about how to impact their control, their monopoly. Okay, you start getting creative about it. All right? Then you start to think, oh, so our so-called governments are like this with them. All right? And so then you say, well, they're basically the same villains. And then you start to think of ways of crushing that villainy. All right? And so that becomes your motive, your agenda, to crush them, to put them, to take away their control, their monopoly. That's what it comes down to. And because you're doing it to take it away so that others can provide and create alternative centers of business and power. That's my motivation, because it impacts me personally, and I know, because I can empathize, it impacts millions of others. It's not competitive. It does not provide. what it does is it destroys. They are destroyed. They create chaos, destruction. And so, yeah, come to understand this.